Wow. Come on, y'all. Russell Wilson. Holy.
Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon. If the AFC West isn't the most competitive division in the NFL next season, it will be because Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Max Crosby all retire Perna. I'm just putting that shit into the universe. They will retire. I've never seen 4 teams so aggressive in free agency, and even though I hate 3 of these teams, I love how good I think the football will be in the West this upcoming season. Even the Raiders torpedoed in late to make this division the steroids of the league. So, let me know who you think added the biggest gains in the comments in a artificial way, and we're gonna break down this shit. That's good sports. Yeah, go ahead. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll keep undressing. Just kidding. If you want to support this channel, check out my coffee company, Benchwarmer Brew. BenchwarmerBrew.com. I got the best damn beans on earth. Coffee, it's a drug, and I want to be the world's best drug dealer. Shirts available. We've got the 5 Points blend, Urinating Trees blend, my blend. Check it out, BenchwarmerBrew.com. Cheapest way to get the coffee, the subscription service. Okay, it's cold. I'm putting this back on. Chargers, we'll start with them. Key losses? Well, the Chargers released right tackle Brian, why do you spell your name with a Y, Bulaga. LA signed Bulaga away from the Packers in 2020, but in 2 seasons, he hasn't been healthy and he only played 45 snaps last year. Storm Norton started at right tackle all season and got better as the year progressed, and after nailing the Rashawn Slater pick in the last draft, I wish this departure was a bigger blow to LA's line. Now, they lost outside linebacker Uchenna Nwosu, who agreed to a 2-year deal with the Seahawks. Obviously, Khalil Mack made him expendable. Some of the key guys coming back for the Chargers? Well, the big fish, QB Chase Daniel, on a 1-year, $2.25 million deal. Daniel has made $40 million in the NFL despite throwing just 261 career passes. Do the math, and that's $150,000 per pass attempt. Incredible job by Chase Daniel. Now, you might have missed it because it happened moments before the Russell Wilson trade, but the Chargers brought back receiver Mike Williams on a 3-year, $60 million deal. I've long believed that Williams has been the best wide receiver in LA, and he just so happened to put up his best numbers in a contract year. Bravo, bravo. Probably the most impressive thing Williams has ever done in the NFL was putting up 1,000 receiving yards without catching 50 passes, which he did back in 2019. The only other receiver to do that recently, DeSean Jackson, who broke 1,000 yards on just 47 catches in 2010. Bottom line, Mike Williams is in his prime, and he's about to hit that with Herbert heading into his 3rd season. So absolutely disgusting in my eyes. Key additions. Well, the Chargers added corner JC Jackson in what might have been the premier signing of all free agency. In 4 years with the Patriots, Jackson has recorded 25 interceptions and 53 passes defended. He has the most picks since 2019. Everyone thinks this is an amazing grab for LA, and I agree. But if you look at JC's performance last year against Josh Allen, not so good. In fact, his 4 worst games came against juggernaut Davis Mills, Jameis Winston, and when facing Josh Allen without 100-mile-per-hour winds to help him. Now, Patrick Mahomes is basically the white Josh Allen, and Russell Wilson and Derek Carr are pretty good too, so we'll see how well he performs when he doesn't get Zach Wilson, Tua, and the AFC South this season. What? Oh. The AFC West does play the AFC South. Yeah, he'll have a lot of picks again. Now, before legal tampering began, the Chargers acquired former Bears edge rusher Khalil Mack, only giving up a 2nd round and 6th round pick to do so. Mack Only played in 7 games last year, but picked up 6 sacks. Mack is entering his 9th year and returns to the AFC West after spending his first 4 years in Oakland. I'd say he's getting old and injury prone, but I just watched Von Miller win the Rams a Super Bowl at a year older after missing an entire season with an injury. So Mack will probably have double-digit sacks along with Nose Bosa, Joey Bosa. Now, their under-the-radar acquisition, Sebastian Joseph-Day, who should help their biggest need, stopping the run. Joseph-Day had the 2nd highest run stop rate in the league when healthy last season. He was very good in 2020 while playing under now Chargers head coach Brandon Staley, so that's a good fit. For depth on the D interior, Austin Johnson joins LA by way of the Giants, where he did notch 21 QB pressures last year. Overall, I give the Chargers a steroid grade of Barry Bonds. Ooh.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Moving on to the most improved team, the Denver Broncos. Their key losses: quarterback Teddy Bridgewater left to join the Dolphins on a 1-year deal. Deshaun Williams becomes an unrestricted free agent. Someone is going to get themselves a very athletic big man there. And I'm hoping Denver brings back corner Bryce Callahan and safety Kareem Jackson. But those are moves that are probably several days away at this point. Key additions, Russell Wilson.
Come on, y'all. Russell Wilson. Holy sh!
Russell Wilson. What more can you say? The Broncos gave up 5 picks and 3 players to get him, and I still think they underpaid. What did Wilson do during his first day in Denver? Oh, he just visited sick kids in the hospital with his wife, Ciara. What did Mahomes do? Eat a bunch of ketchup out of his wife? You're going too far, Perna. You're going too far. Russell Wilson may have prayed Denver's next big signing, Randy Gregory, right to the Broncos' doorstep. Gregory was about to sign a deal with the Dallas Cowboys, but then, God heard Russell Wilson's prayer and was like, ho, I can fuck with Jerry. I don't have an illegitimate daughter, Jones, again. Boom. Jerry smited. And Gregory, after seeing Dallas try and throw some shady shit into his contract, pulls out, like Jerry forgot to do 26 years ago, and heads to the Mile High City, or as Gregory calls it, the Mile City. Randy Gregory has never started a full season and has several suspensions, but he's been sober 3 years now, which is 1 more year than Max Crosby's been sober. So yeah, I'm using sobriety as a pass rushing metric in Randy Gregory's favor. With Gregory, the Broncos are betting on his upside. He had 47 total pressures in 2021, which tied him with guys like Robert Quinn and Chandler Jones for 29th most. Jones is a guy Broncos fans really wanted, and Quinn had what many consider a great year in Chicago. Here's the difference. Gregory only played in 12 games, and recorded 300 fewer snaps than Quinn and 400 fewer than Jones, but got to the QB just as many times. If he plays a full season on that pace, he will easily be top 10, top 5 in quarterback pressures. Denver needed a big blocking tight end, so they picked up former Raven Eric Tomlinson, who only has 18 career catches but blocks his ass off. Gonna need that blocking help. He is still only the 2nd most notable Tomlinson of this free agency, however. According to Pro Football Focus, he was used as a blocker for about 80% of his snaps. I see that being 100% now. Denver added guard Ben Braden, who played all of 6 snaps in Green Bay last year under Nathaniel Hackett's offense. But damn, they were 6 really good snaps. All Aaron Rodgers touchdowns on those snaps from what I recall. They also found Shelby Harris's replacement in DJ Jones, who did this to Russell Wilson back in 2019. Jones also picked a great year to have a great year, which is why he got 3 years, $30 million from the Broncos. He's a terrific run stuffer, according to Pro Football Focus, with a run stuff percentage of 13.1, highest among qualified D tackles, which was confirmed by Next Gen Stats as well, and DJ was second only to Aaron Donald for tackles with no gain or a loss at 14. So at this point, I'm just hoping the Chiefs and Chargers start running the ball all of a sudden, because they're not, you just run it. The real reason Jones was signed, though, might be to serve as Patrick Mahomes' double in practice. Oh, Look at how gracefully that big man moves. This is what it probably would have looked like if Shaq could shoot free throws. Key re-signs, right tackle Calvin Anderson got a 1-year, $1.5 million deal, giving the Broncos a solid swing tackle that can step in and hold the fort down in case of an injury. I like Anderson, but now Denver really needs to swing for the fences for right tackle. Also back is linebacker Josie Jewell, but none of the Pussycats. Jewell is coming off a torn pectoral that ended what was his best season of his career. The Broncos signed the 5th-year linebacker to a 2-year, $11 million steal. And finally, Denver tendered Malik Reed, who will be a solid depth piece behind Chubb and Gregory. The Denver Broncos get a steroid grade of 1998 Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa. The quietest team, the Chiefs. But that's just because they could be quiet. Key losses, the Chiefs are letting safety Tyrann Mathieu walk, but signed his replacement already in Justin, I never learned to read, who has promised to be much, much nicer to Dan Sorensen whenever he gives up a touchdown and another touchdown and another touchdown. They also let corner Charvarius Ward go. I do applaud Kansas City, though, as serving as a refugee camp for former Texan safeties. First Tyrann Mathieu and now Reed. Reed is not a better safety than Tyrann Mathieu, but he is younger, bigger, and could turn into a better safety than Tyrann. I wouldn't judge any man who played his entire career with the Texans without a sliding scale. Key guys that are coming back for Kansas City, well, Frank Clark looked like he might go, but instead he did KC a solid, restructured his contract, which probably somehow saves the Chiefs about $1 billion in cap space. They also franchise tagged tackle Orlando Brown and are working out a long-term deal for him. Keeping Brown, that's as good as making a splash signing. I also expect that Tyreek Hill will sign an extension because of course he will, and somehow he will just get faster as he gets older. I'm giving the Chiefs a steroid grade of Lance Armstrong. Hard to notice, but should make a difference.
Fuck Lance Armstrong. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
And finally, the Raiders. Key losses, well, the Raiders cut defensive end Carl Nassib, the first openly gay player in NFL history. Wait, guys, you don't need to do this. John Gruden isn't the head coach anymore. What are you doing? This release will make sense in a minute. The Raiders' keyest losses? Well, they came during the season. Gruden, Damon Arnett, Henry Ruggs. Then they let Rich Bisaccia go, even though he received multiple votes for head coach of the year. And they brought in this guy, Josh McCantials. Wide receiver Zay Jones left for greener pastures, the Jaguars. And even though most don't love that move for the Jags, that has more to do with the fact that the Jags had just overpaid for receiver Christian Kirk. Let the Raiders overpay for the Christians.
The evidence is all around Jesus, thank you.
Zay actually played pretty well when he got his opportunities in Vegas, so a little bit of a loss there. Key guys coming back. Big one, Max Crosby signed a massive $95 million extension. I hate this move because of how good Crosby is. He had more quarterback pressures than any other player last year, 20 more than Nick Bosa, in fact. He was the only guy with triple-digit QB pressures, Crosby. Now, I was going to say if the rest of the AFC West is an arms race, then the Raiders are becoming Switzerland. Well, now they're becoming more like Russia, doing a bunch of shit nobody wanted to see them do. They eased into free agency by signing corner Darius Phillips. Phillips played 4 years with the Bengals, picking off 4 passes in 2019. Then they grabbed Lyle Nichols, former Bears D-tackle, also joining the team. Nichols has 11 career sacks and will be paid $400 million Nichols over the next 2 seasons. Probably a low-key good signing. But then, showing up to the party late is Josh McDaniels. Huge improvement over not showing up to the party at all, which he's been known to do. And who did he bring with him? Anthony Bosch, the fake doctor who sold illegal steroids to baseball players for years. And oh shit, the Raiders inject the juice by signing Chandler Jones. Chandler fucking Jones to pair with Max Crosby. The party was fun. And then the damn Raiders show up, things get out of control, and now the cops are here and they're beating the shit out of all of the elite quarterbacks in the division. The Raiders then traded Yannick Ngakoue to the Colts for corner Rock Ya-Sin. Bring Rock Ya-Sin to the Sin City to pair with Divine Diablo, and the Raiders may once again have the most evil team in the league. The Raiders get a steroid grade of, you're gonna like this, Raiders fans, Lyle Alzado. Rest in peace. And shit, the AFC West is crazy. And honestly, the team that can run the football the best this year might have the best chance of winning the AFC West, because the best way to negate the pass rush is to just run effectively. And I think that could be the Broncos. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports Free Agency AFC West Steroid episode. I will have a best and worst move for every team and probably another Deshaun Watson video once he signs. So please come back and check out the video on the screen right now, won't you?